Here we go.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome everyone to tonight's Power of Peptides call. My name is Talia Bateman, and I am so excited to be here with you all. We do these calls about maybe 2 to 4 times a month on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. So I just encourage you to continue to tune in. And if you're watching the recording, thanks so much for watching and following along. I am a certified health and life coach and also a business coach. And I love sharing about peptides. And I'm going to start by just opening this call and sharing with you a little bit about my peptide journey and how I got started. Um, and then we're going to hear from Kerri tonight, who has an amazing story. I have been so excited for her to share. And she's going to share her journey with peptides so far. And we hope to just educate you, inspire you, and invite you to join us. So let's see. I got started on a GLP-1 microdose this past June. Um, the reason that I started, a couple different reasons that I decided to give it a try. First of all, I want to tell you guys, I'm just going to out myself right now. I was really skeptical of GLP-1. I was one of those people. You all know who I'm talking about. I was someone who always kind of thought, okay, if I put the right habits in place, I'll be able to control my health and wellness, right?
Mhm.
Um, and here I am. I turned 45 this year, and despite doing all of the right things. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I mean, I was following a workout routine. I was eating, 80/20. I was doing all the things that I was supposed to be doing. And I felt like all of my efforts started to work against me. Um, and it was really confusing and really discouraging. I started to gain a lot of inflammation and my joints started hurting. I had a lot of foggy brain. I just felt really off. I had a lot of mood fluctuations, and I thought, well, this is just what it's like to be in my mid 40s. This is perimenopause. I went to see my doctor. He just kind of dismissed me. My labs all came back fine. So I thought, man, is this what it feels like to be in the season of life, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know, I just had this feeling like I didn't want to accept that answer, that this was just the way it was going to be. And so I kind of started to get curious. I knew a little bit about GLP-1s, but again, I was that person that was saying, if you just work harder, you won't need a GLP-1. Or if you just, you know, I don't know. I don't think I knew enough about GLP-1s or peptides in general. And so now looking back on it, I really feel quite embarrassed of myself. And it really took me having some really raw conversations with some friends of mine and then a very close family member um, trying a GLP-1. And it's for me to start to get curious and open my mind to what this world of peptides is all about. And when I did, I mean, it opened the door and then the door swung wide open. And I have now been deep diving into peptides, and I feel like I am learning about a whole entire world that I didn't even know existed. Um, I love the health and wellness space. I believe that um, self-care is preventative health care. And I've been a huge advocate for supplements for over a decade. And what I'm learning about peptides is, my goodness, this is going to change the game of health and wellness forever, for all of us. Peptides have been around for a really long time, and they are just now becoming more easily accessible to all of us. So I decided, I was really scared, but I decided to jump in and try my microdose of a GLP-1. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is such a leap for me. I take my supplements, but doing an injection, this is really strange and scary. And I had my friend FaceTime me the first time I did it just to make sure I was doing it right. But the reason that I decided to take the leap ultimately was because of LEMD and the fact that I was able to go through a telehealth provider who took into consideration my body, my age, my health history, and was able to prescribe medication that was right for me. It wasn't just me rummaging around on the internet looking for a deal, right? And I'm gonna share more about what makes Ellie different at the end of this call. But I started microdosing and I'm gonna tell you all that this is the truth and it sounds outrageous, but I'm a real person. Within the first week, I lost 7 pounds of inflammation. That wasn't real weight, let's just be honest. But my body was so inflamed, I had not really realized that I was carrying so much inflammation. And it was
7 pounds in
literally
one
like
week, and
it,
she's a skinny.
it was like a whoosh. And I couldn't believe how good I felt just after a week. Then I started noticing that I did not have food sensitivities that I had probably since I turned 40. I thought I was sensitive to gluten. I thought I was dairy intolerant. Turned out none of those are true. It just had to do with inflammation that was built up in my body. So my bloating went away. I started sleeping better. My hormones started to balance. My husband was the one who brought that to my attention. He's like, you need to start talking about this because you're not getting the big mood up and downs. And so he's like, thank you, LEMD, right?
Yeah.
Um, so. I did actually end up losing some body fat, and I just want to tell people like a microdose is a very small therapeutic dose of a GLP-1. I'm losing weight because I've been more mindful about what I'm putting in my body. I feel like I'm reaching for healthier options. My protein goal has gone up because that was something that I'm intentionally focusing on. And I'm really focused on a body composition change within myself. So that's my personal goal. A GLP-1's not going to make any sort of magic happen other than it is going to help your body start communicating, helping your cells communicate with each other. And the best way I can describe it was that at 45, my body was kind of, my system was sort of running like AOL dial-up, you know? But with peptides, I feel like I got a whole entire reboot, reset. I have a new operating system and it feels so good. So I will continue to talk about peptides because I am here to eradicate the stigma. I'm so over people judging each other for the choices that they make to live their healthiest lives. And wellness is a strategy. You have your pillars of health and wellness. Everything beyond that has to do with your body, your plan, your goals. And I think it's a very strategic thing for all of us. I've added NAD and glutathione to my peptide stack, and yesterday I added sermorelin. So I'm really excited about that because it's going to help with my muscle growth and my sleep. So I'm excited to report back on that. Now, I am going to stop talking because as you can tell, I'm really excited, but I want to introduce you to Kerri. And I met Kerri a few years ago now through a women's networking group in Clarksville, and I was just immediately impressed with Kerri in general, just her background in nutrition and functional medicine. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and kind of give us a background on who she is and what she does, and then share her journey with peptides. So, Kerri, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Talia. And please forgive my little distractions. I had people texting saying they were trying to get on, and so I
Oh,
was trying to help them with that.
no worries.
My name's Kerri. I think many on the call already know who I am. They know me as Pastor Kerri. However, I am a business owner. I have two clinics. One, I'm actually here in California right now at my clinic. And I have another brick and mortar in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is where I now reside. I'm now living in Tennessee. Um, I I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm a colon hydrotherapist. I am a bioelectric lymphatic drainage technician. So health and wellness are my deal. They're just my deal. Like yourself, Talia, I at about 58 or 59 years old, I'm 62 now. I started feeling first of all, I started putting on weight very slowly, and I wasn't really changing anything as far as my dietary choices. I started feeling, t more tired, more sluggish, and then slowly the weight was coming on to where I was about 25 pounds in excessive weight. Very frustrated because I run health programs through my clinics, and I've helped so many people lose weight through my health coaching programs. Like yourself, when I first saw Laurel on her Facebook page or Instagram, one of the two, talking about peptides, I was a little taken back, to be honest, because like you, I was like very negative in my thought patterns towards, and it shocked me a little bit because I know Laurel and I know her commitment to holistic living and wellness lifestyle, as well as her being a business owner and in this same field generally. Um, so, at first I was very, very negative, and then I started getting little clips about the power of peptides, and not just from Ellie, but she was sharing some things with me from other chiropractors, functional doctors, holistic practitioners. And I was like, I must have missed something. I just must have missed something along the way. And so I started to just educate myself a little bit. And honestly, I decided to take the jump. And after I began to see all these wellness practitioners talking about the different peptides and how they can benefit the body, um, I think I want to take a step back and say, or one of the things. Well, you know what? I'm just going to wait on that. So anyway, I took the jump, I took the leap. I ordered. Honestly, for the first 2 weeks, I think I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Um, And I think as my body systems, I actually reached out to Ellie, which is one of the things that I really love about the company because I was feeling a little fatigue when I first started taking these, and I was wondering what is going on because there's B12 in what I'm taking, and so I reached out and I was. It was awesome to get an email back saying there's, 10 to 15% of the people that get on this experience a little bit of fatigue as their body is regulating, as their body is regulating with these peptides. And so, I just chose to kind of sit it out, wait it out. So now I'm at week 10, I believe, I'm approaching week 11.
Mhm.
I'm down 22 pounds. I feel like the fatigue part is gone. I feel like I'm a little bit more normal and I've got a little bit more clarity. And I actually am starting to love the way I'm feeling. And I'm so excited about the journey with Ellie. One of the things that I really wanted to highlight was, um, being a holistic naturopathic doctor. I am not into Western medicine whatsoever. I'm like you, a supplement girl, eat right, do what you need to do. Um, but what I found with this Ellie community, Talia, is that there was so much support from the wellness community. It was coming in from all sides, almost overwhelming. And, yourself included. I would have questions and you or Laurel were right there, right there to answer questions for me. Still doing that. Um, and I just feel like that for me is really huge because if you go to a conventional doctor, generally, not maybe not always, but generally you're going to get someone who's looking at you knowing that you'd like to lose some weight, throws you an Ozempic pen or whatever it might be, tells you do your injection, and pretty much that's it. And of course, people are going to lose weight because they're not going to be eating as much of what they were eating. But with Ellie, we've got, the community that's saying, okay, listen, you need to focus on electrolytes. You need to make sure that your water intake is good. You need to focus on your protein, which doesn't give you a lot of opportunity to eat the other junk that a lot of other people are eating. And so, I began to learn through research that a lot of the negative side effects or whatever, negative things that we were hearing about some of these other mainline peptides is really because there's not a lot of coaching. And so they're struggling with malnutrition because they're eating the same way they were when they were putting on all this weight, 100, 120, 130 pounds. Um, and then they continue to eat that way, but much less. So of course they're going to lose weight, right? And yet they're not getting any nutrition. So some of the side effects that happen with that are because of that. Another thing that I was very impressed with Ellie, um, is the fact that I'm not sure the term that you used. I asked Laurel earlier, but triple purified or triple something like that, triple
Triple
purified.
purified. Yes.
Yeah, which was really important to me to know that the peptides that I was going to be sharing with people, first of all, were pure. Second of all, didn't have a lot of the synthetic things that are added into the mainstream. I won't say any names, but mainstream peptides that are out there. A lot of the metals that are in that, propylene glycol, things that are very toxic to the human body, which was the reason that I would never have considered it. And those, we're not finding those in Ellie. And what we're getting is a very compounded, pure peptide that's made in the USA. Um, from a compound pharmacy in the United States. And so all along the way in my journey, I would like to say that, I'm still learning and I'm committed to learning. Like yourself and most of the people on this call, have a very, very busy schedule, traveling coast to coast from clinic to clinic. Um, you know, upholding or upkeeping my brick and mortar in both places and working and then adding Ellie to the mix. Um, but I'm grateful that I did. I'm helping people already a lot, some of which are on this line, help or on this call, helping them get well. That's my number one. Helping them lose weight. That's my number two. Um, and just seeing people responding to the Ellie product. And then we've got the whole other gamut, not just the weight loss, but the longevity products. The skincare serum that is coming down the pipe next. And I'm just really excited about all of the opportunities that arise with Ellie. And that's stemming from how I'm feeling myself now that I've been on this journey for almost 11 weeks.
Mm. Thank you so much for sharing, Kerri, where you're at with it now. And I'm so excited for you because this is just the beginning. This
Hmm.
is the beginning. And I think so many people are taking their health into their own hands. And that's what peptide therapy is all about. And I love that you shared with us tonight because you're going to impact so many lives just by sharing your experience and your story and sharing Ellie. And just like Kerri said, the products here are the highest quality that you can get. It's triple purified peptides. They are all compounded in 503A compounding pharmacies that are all FDA regulated. They are shipped to your front door. It cannot get any easier than that, and everything goes through a telehealth provider in your area. So it really is. When I share about Ellie and people, or when people ask me, I just can't wait to tell them about it because I have so much trust in the product and in this company. And I remember when I started sharing about supplements 10 years ago online, I had so much pushback. Supplements really weren't a thing a decade
Right.
ago. And a lot of people would say, oh, be careful. What are you putting in your body? It was the best decision I've ever made. And now I just feel like, wow, I get to do this again, but with peptides because peptides are here to stay. In a few years, it's not going to be, are you using peptides? It's going to be, where are you getting your peptides from? Because they are going to be mainstream in every household, just like your multivitamin. So again, quality matters. So there's two ways to explore peptides on your own. I mean, number one, I just want to encourage you all to, if you're watching this live or watching a recording and you have questions, reach out to the person who directed you to this call. We're here to help you. And like Kerri said, we have an amazing community
Yeah.
of support and educators. I mean, this company brings in medical professionals from the outside to come in and educate us on peptides. And we're expanding our product line. Like Kerri said, we have longevity products, we have sexual health products, we have skincare. We will soon be bringing on HRT, which is really exciting. So really, this is
Ooh.
just the beginning. I know. So reach out to whoever sent you this call and ask, and you can be a client and have an awesome peptide experience and start that way. You can even be a brand partner and be sharing just like Kerri and I are doing today, because knowledge is power. And I think this is the most, peptides are the most misunderstood health and wellness tool that have the most potential for impact in a good way. And if I think if we can get behind them and start sharing that with people so that they're not so scared, so that they can really get their health and wellness under control and headed in the right direction. I mean, that's worth every minute of conversation right there. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you all again. With that, I will go ahead and close out the call. And again, I just want to thank you for being on, and I invite you to follow us on Facebook and tune into our next Power Peptides call. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you so much, Talia.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Kerri. Good night.